Hi, introducing Zero Analyst. What if you have a Gen AI assistant that will help you get insights on your data by taking questions from you on your data, do the analysis, and come up with insights and recommendations that are lucid, actionable, and with supporting evidence, all in a matter of minutes? That is Zero Analyst for you. For this demo, we have simulated booking data for an online travel agency, yatra.com. This data has users of various categories, hotels at different locations, and hotel booking data. The data has seasonality patterns like the one that you see here. Like in December and November, there is more booking. In January, February, there is lesser booking. Then there are also special seasonality patterns. Like there is a pattern for business travel. So the peak months are March, April, and October, November. July and December are lower booking months and more consistency in May, June. We will now use Zero Analyst to find some of these patterns in the data and use them to find opportunities for improvement. We are going to use Claude Desktop as a UI. It has been connected to Zero Analyst, and Zero Analyst connects to the database where the data has been stored. So we are going to ask our first question, analyze the seasonality of business travel across different destinations, analyze the price fluctuations across these locations, and use Zero Analyst for this. All right, so we have a result. Here is a, a visualization of the result. And what we see here is that Zero Analyst figured out the seasonality patterns, the March, April peak and the October, November peak, along with the price fluctuations, along with this seasonality. This this pie chart shows a distribution of booking across the year peak versus off-peak booking distribution. This has seasonal booking patterns. So for each city, what was the number of peak bookings and what were the number of off-peak bookings? This has a correlation between the price and peak bookings by showing the correlation coefficient between the peak bookings and the count and the price at that count. This has a seasonality comparison across different regions, North, South, and West India. This was a graphical a summary of the analysis. Now here is the text summary. So there is an executive summary here of the analysis, which summarizes the whole thing. There are some key insights that were drawn from the analysis that was done. For example, the optimal booking windows to minimize cost while avoiding capacity constraints, scheduled travel in late May to early July, it is off peak, and early March or late September to early October because there is moderate demand. Pricing strategy recommendations, implement dynamic pricing, increase rates by 10-15% during March peak, promotional rates in June and early November to stimulate volume. Here is the data that has been pulled out to be able to do the analysis. And this data will correlate with the analysis. Recommendations, dynamic pricing implementation, off-peak promotions, different strategies for capacity planning, regional focus, long-term initiatives, and also more questions that could be asked for a deeper analysis. Continue to ask questions. So I want to analyze the occupancy rates of business travel bookings at peak season for different locations. We now have a occupancy analysis done for this. So this is the visualization of the occupancy analysis. And we have supporting text analysis along with the backend data for that, recommendations, insights for the questions like we saw earlier. So what we see here is that the following is what Zero Analyst has been able to do. You can ask questions on your data and get analysis with lucid visualizations, insights, recommendations, and supporting evidence. So this is a self-serve, no-code solution for your data analysis needs. This is a Vibe data analyst. This data set is just a sample data set. Any data set could be used. This is not a custom solution just for online travel agencies. You could have terabytes of data that you could analyze this way. And you won't be able to analyze this directly using a chat GPT or a Grok or a Gemini or a Claude Sonnet because they are pre-trained models and they work on pre-trained data and they can do an internet search. But this data that we have used to analyze is not on the internet. This is non-public data. So you can analyze non-public data using Claude this way, using Zero Analyst, as if Claude has been trained on your non-public data. That is what it can do to give you the insights and the recommendations that will help you in your business decisions. Thank you for your time.